welcome back today to part number 18, I believe now, of my F1 2019 Road to Glory career mode. It is time then for the Russian Grand Prix. I am very much looking forward to this one, and in today's episode, I think it's going to be very interesting. Um, I think I think this episode's going to be entertaining. I can't lie. We're going to start dead last though. We have a whole new engine in qualifying. Um, yeah, looking forward to getting this one underway then. So, yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you happen to enjoy this video. And make sure you go check out my F1 2020 Road to Glory as well, which we're now starting up on the channel too. I'm having a lot of fun recording that one at the minute, although we're in a bit of a drought in the early season. But hopefully it all goes uphill from here then. I'm going to mute, guys. It's time for the Russian Grand Prix qualifying. We're starting last anyway. We're taking a whole new engine. But obviously, we're still going to get that pole position award if we get pole. So I'm going to mute, guys. We're going to focus, and we'll see what happens. Let's go. First lap in anger around the Sochi Autodrome. Let's go. Alright then, we round the final corner. It's P3 on the grid then for the Russian Grand Prix. I wasn't paying attention down the straight, just clipped the wall there, done a little bit of front wing damage. Unfortunately, I had something in my eye for half of that lap. But Kimi Raikkonen and then our teammate will line up P5 as well. We're ahead of both Red Bull cars, and I'm ahead of both Ferraris as well. Kimi Raikkonen ahead of Sebastian Vettel. So, yeah, good qualifying, positive qualifying. We're going to start last, though, in this race because of the grid penalties. Obviously, our last race then for Alfa Romeo before we jump ship. But, yeah, I think we just go out there today. We just have some fun. We just see what we can do. And, yeah, we will see what happens then at the end of 13 laps of the Sochi Autodrome. I'm looking forward to this one. As I say, it's a track that usually I do okay at. It's quite a nice track. I think it flows quite nicely. Even though in real life it usually got rated quite low at the Grand Prix, I never really saw that. I always thought it was quite an entertaining race. Was the Russian Grand Prix? Obviously not on the grid now for, well, obvious reasons, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a circuit that I used to quite like personally. So yeah, we will see then what happens in this race. Hopefully we can score some points, but we would have to make up 10 places. We are going to be right down the order. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. We can protect our rear downforce upgrade, and then we just need 273 resource points to get our drag update, which we should get by the end of this Grand Prix then. It's time for the Russian Grand Prix. We're going to load into this one. Make sure to take the fuel out, unlike what we did in Monza, if you remember. We accidentally overfueled the car massively, and it cost us a lot. So, yeah. Put a lap and a quarter extra fuel in so we can run the rich revs. But you guys know the drill. When the 5 red lights go out, we will be underway here at the Sochi Autodrome. We are racing there. Fairly long hold, but an okay start from us here. We managed to stick to the back of the Williams car, obviously. Turn 1 comes at you straight away on this one. It's more just like a kink in the straight than an actual corner. I mean, but, you know, it's a fairly easy right-hander as we make up 5 places then on the run down to turn 2 and into turn 2 there. So we're already up 5 places. So points might be on the cards today as we say that, and then we get a spin from the rear. Antonio Giovinazzi, we make contact with him. We are spun round then, and we are dead last in this race. We don't have any damage there, but oh, that's going to cost us massively. As I kid you not, Kimi Raikkonen leads then. Unreal stuff from our Alfa Romeo counterpart there. As our tyres are so hot here, I cannot get the power down whatsoever here. We are limping around then while the tyres cool down. But Kimi Raikkonen, our Alfa Romeo teammate, leads the Grand Prix. Unreal there. Our tyres still so hot in this one here. I've just got to drive so cautiously until they cool down to stop us from spinning. But, yeah, I mean, well, it was an okay start until the contact with Antonio Giovinazzi, obviously, the man we replaced down at Alfa Romeo, making our life very difficult. But, yeah, an alright start to this one then. And, well, not an alright start. It was an okay start, and then just going through, believe that was turn 4, just made contact there. The car just feel very tricky there. But Kimi Raikkonen then leads the Grand Prix. Our last race is Alfa Romeo, and for the first time, our teammate runs in the top 3 then. Unreal here. I wonder how many seconds we are behind Robert Kubica. 5 seconds behind the Williams driver then. So we've just got to get our head down and see what we can do now for the rest of this one. Yeah, if you remember, we spun on lap 2 at Hockenheim after contact with Carlos Sainz, and we recovered through to get 8th that day, wasn't it? It was points. We're fighting Magnussen on the final lap of that one, and then Valtteri Bottas broke down with just 1 lap to go, which elevated us an extra position. But, yeah, really unlucky, I think, that we took the grid penalties this race. I mean, we needed them. The engine was so worn, but, you know, Kimi Raikkonen leading this one. We probably could have had a double podium in this race if we had the pace over the Mercedes cars. Well, Kimi does. And the thing is, he's pulling away from the Mercedes drivers, which is, I mean, that's incredible to see. We've had a few more upgrades put on the car this weekend. But, yeah, working well around the circuit. I mean, we saw it in qualifying there. We had some very good pace. We just got to hope we have that same pace here in the Grand Prix. Yeah, no front wing damage though, which I think is, well, very lucky. I think we have to count our blessings for that one there. We are gaining slowly on the back of Kubica. Well, I say slowly, about a second a lap here. Not as fast though as I would like compared to how our car performs and how Kubica's car performs. But yeah, fastest laps then come flooding through. Sebastian Vettel will end up with the fastest lap at the end of the second tour of this circuit. We, though, are still last. We've got some work to do here. We set the fastest lap, though, so yeah, our pace can't be that bad. DRS is going to be enabled for this one then. We're going to pit on lap 7, maybe a little bit before if the tyres are kind of worn here. So I've only just realised we actually have quite a bit of wear to the gearbox. So I hope that holds up until the end here. But we have 10 laps to go around the Sochi Autodrome, obviously 25% racers. But yeah, not the best start, I can't lie. Well, a horrible start to this one there. We didn't... The initial getaway and the run down to turn 2 was really good there. We made a lot of places, and then coming out of the left-hander of turn 3, I got an almighty slide on, couldn't save it, and just tagged the rear of Antonio Giovinazzi's car, and it spun us round. So, yeah, we're catching up though slowly to the back of Robert Kubica, and I think that's just what we need to be doing, really. Just try and, you know, just try and pace ourselves in this one. Don't burn the tyres out too quickly, and then we'll see what we can do there as we set an even faster Sector 2 for us then in this Grand Prix. But, yeah. We've just got to keep pushing in this one. We are now slowly, properly starting to catch up to the back of the rest of the field here. Robert Kubica will be the next car. But, yeah, we have a job on our hands, I think, if we want to come away with a good result from this one. Raikkonen, though, streaking clear of everybody else here at the front. This is really good to be set fastest lap then for the second lap in a row here. 1.4 seconds now is the gap between ourselves and Robert Kubica for, that'll be the battle for 19th place then. Yeah, just got to try and keep out the walls though, keep it out of the other cars. Yeah, just through this corner here, turn 3. I don't know if I was just a bit too wide or something, but, you know, like wide off the racing line, but we just, oh, it was an almighty tank stopper on there. As we got track limits warning, and I don't really know what that's from there, but that's crucial, because that is our second one of the race. Any more, and we'll get a penalty. So we need to be careful here, not to, you know, overdrive necessarily. You know, that's one thing I am known for. I'm quite naughty when it comes to track limits, so I do try and push over the boundaries as much as possible there. But Raikkonen, though, still holding his own out in front there. We've got an engine failure then for Romain Grosjean right in front of us. That really spooked me then for a second. I wonder what that was there. But his car then going up in smoke and in flames here. It's going to put us all over the back of Robert Kubica. Now we're going to go around the outside, are we here? But Romain Grosjean is out there. And oh my word, they're almost making contact with Robert Kubica there. But yeah, we are now into P18 then in this race. George Russell then in front of us in the Williams, running 17th at the moment. A dismal season for the Williams team. No points scored. That car is very, very difficult. And yeah, I thought, talking of the Williams cars, I would make an announcement. As of next race, we are moving to the Williams Formula One team. Yes. It's going to be a big move here. We're going to move from one of the top cars on the grid to the very bottom car, but I'm looking forward then to this challenge. I think this is going to be good fun. And yeah, I think the Williams car will be very competitive once we get some upgrades on, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this season with Williams and into next season with Williams as well. I don't know which driver they're going to be replacing me with. Obviously, it's either going to be Russell or Kubica. Hopefully, it is going to be Robert Kubica, because I'd love to be teammates with George Russell here. He's pulling up a right good fight against us. You've got to give it to George. He is putting up a proper nice battle. Me versus Russell now through sector 1. But yeah, on to lap 5, and we're going to pit next lap. The Mercedes cars still all over the back then of Kimi Raikkonen. But this is where we excel, and our straight line speed is going to be so good there. We're going to get the drive off the corner, and we are going to now pull ahead of George Russell and up into 17th position. We're going to go round the outside then on this straight there, get on the brakes nicely and get the car all turned in there, and that has cemented us then up into P17 here. Going to be catching now the back of Kevin Magnussen for P16 in this race here. We've got a nice little train of cars in front of us here that hopefully we can move by with some urgency. But yeah, that contact with Gio has, well, kind of ruined our race a little bit. But oh well, I said this race would just be taking risks. It happened there. Well, I mean, I don't really know what we could have done about that one there. The car just kind of stepped out on us there. Difficult to control, but fully self-inflicted. Yeah. We move into P16 then, an easy overtake on Kevin Magnussen, the Haas. Yet again, another car that just does not have really good paces here. One of their cars out of this one there, so Magnussen, the sole remaining Haas Ferrari left in this Grand Prix. We're going to push on. The next car will be Daniel Ricciardo. Raikkonen has lost the lead to one of the Mercedes cars. Yeah, I did kind of expect that, but a fantastic start to this one though for Kimi. We're going to go around the long way though on Daniel Ricciardo there as he pushes us out wide a bit. And yeah, we're going to continue on then in this race. P15 we are now. And that is the man in front of us who caused all our issues earlier on in this Grand Prix, Antonio Giovinazzi. We're going to try and get the slipstream on him. We have the battery. We have the rich revs. We are going to be flying past, hopefully, there. I mean, you can just see how good our engine pace is there. But Giovinazzi, yet again, trying to squeeze us off the circuit. But we're going to go right the way around the outside. And we are now up into 14th position then. So far, a good recovery. We're going to pull into the pit lane this lap. We're going to pit out of traffic here. Our tyre's obviously very warm from that spin. So, yeah, you know, we're just going to pull into the pit lane there. Be careful not to speed on the entry. Where's the pit line? There it is. I always over slow down, obviously, after Azerbaijan earlier in this year, it really, really ruined us. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do now in P19 in this race. 2.1 second pit stop, then that is lovely there. Raikkonen, though, retakes a lead from the Mercedes car. So, I mean, we have pace this weekend. And I mean, you can see it in qualifying. We qualified 3rd and 5th. I don't know if there was any more grip on it. Look at the speed on that helicopter. Wow. Did you see that? That was crazy, that was. We're going to pit though on the set mediums. Obviously, we're going to come out dead last in this race, but we are the only car yet to pit. Oh, sorry, we are the only car who has pitted. Everybody else yet to pit then. So 6 laps of this race to go here at Russia. Yeah. Decent race so far. Very good recovery. Bearing in mind we were about 10 seconds behind everybody. So, yeah. We have pace in this car. This is a very nice car to drive. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this race. Oh, we have to counter steer almost out of that one. I thought that was going to be our final track limits hurrah there. I thought that was going to give us a penalty. But, yeah. This circuit is so good. You can take so much. You can just carry so much speed into a lot of the corners here. It's a great circuit, but yeah. Raikkonen leads then on lap 8 of the Russian Grand Prix. We are currently dead last in P19 after pitting from this race here. Are we going to see any cars pitting this lap? No, we're not. So this is good for us because our mediums are quite nice, quite fast, quite pacey. So the longer everyone stays out, the more grip, the more speed we're going to be doing laps in clean air, and everyone's just going to be losing chunks of time to us. That is how the undercut works. So, for those new to Formula 1, an undercut is you pit a few laps earlier than your rivals. You're going to have the pace now, obviously, look, we've gained a second on Robert Kubica. We're going to have the pace now, look, we're going to have the grip, we've got the clean air, and we can just drive as hard and as fast as we need to. And then when they come into the pit lane, they would have lost a lot of time from us being out on the circuit, and we hopefully have either got closer or jumped ahead of them. Now, how an overcut works is your rival pits, you stay out a few laps later, you then pit, and then come the end of the race, you have fresher, faster tyres. Now, I always find an undercut more beneficial. I think staying out long term on a set of softs is just, you know, it's not worth it. Mediums are meant to go a longer distance. So, if you can drag a soft to probably, I don't know, a few laps before midway point, and then you go on the mediums, it's a perfect strategy. Yes, everybody else's tyres are going to be faster than ours come the end of it, but we are also going to have the pace right now. I mean, you can see just how much more grip we have here. Are we going to see we're going to see cars start to pull into the pit lane? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that looks like Mercedes is in. Then we sit the fastest sector 2 of the Grand Prix there. Only 2/10 off our fastest lap yet. But yeah, nice clean race, and this is good fun. This is good fun. I'm liking this car on the circuit. I'm glad we just had a little bit of fun for our final one with Alfa Romeo. Yeah, you know. Thank you, team, though, for giving us a good competitive car. We're going to jump ahead of Gasly. Are we going to make it out ahead of Carlos Sainz? We are just there. That's Max Verstappen right in front of us then up the road. So, yeah, good race so far then. We're up to P15. Still a lot of cars yet to pit here. Just 4 laps to go in this Russian Grand Prix. Quite a quick circuit, this one. But, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to moving teams, going to Williams. Not that I don't like Alfa Romeo anymore, but I just thought it'd be time for a change here, and I thought maybe by the end of this season we could try and score a point for Williams. Maybe it's a big ask, I don't know, but yeah, I'll have we'll give it a good go. We'll give it a best of a try as we can here, but yeah, we'll see what happens then. It's going to be, I believe, 7 races then until the end of the season, 7 or 6, can't remember. But yeah, as the front runners start to pull in then, Kimi Raikkonen in for his pit stop, and yeah, a good race for us as a team. Hopefully Kimi can hold on to a podium. You never know, you might challenge a Mercedes cars and try and overtake for the win, you never know. I'd love to say that, but I don't know. I think the Mercedes are just a little bit faster than us this weekend here, as Bottas now will round the final corner and go onto the straight. We'll see if Bottas will get the best undercut known to man. And yeah, he does there. He gets a good undercut. We set the fastest up though by an extra tenth. And yeah, I mean, so far then we are P8 in this one here. I mean, just look at that. Perez right in front of us then. He comes out the pit lane. There's Verstappen fighting a Ferrari as well. Oh, because we take a lot of the curbs there. But yeah, Verstappen, one of the Ferraris. I think that's probably Sebastian Vettel maybe. And then Sergio Perez, all going to be fighting it out here as I'm just trying to catch up to them as fast as possible here. The more these lot fight though, the quicker we're catching off the back of them. Look at this here, all over the back of Sergio Perez here. It really does make you wonder though, if we're currently P9, there's two cars in front of us that haven't pitted, so that'll be around P7. If we're P7 and, you know, we start this race last, we got spun around, it does make you wonder where we would have actually ended up this race. I think we could have been challenging for a top 5, if not maybe even a podium finish in this one. The pace has been super strong, but now it's going to be us versus Perez versus Verstappen versus one of the Ferraris there, who I believe is Sebastian Vettel there. Big lockup though from Max Verstappen, massive lockup for him. That's going to cost him quite a bit. But I think this is our battle. I think we should try and get past these three by the end of this race here. It's all sliding then through that chicane. That's going to lose us a little bit of time there. It's another fastest middle sector though in this race. Yeah, we'll just see what we can do here. But it's going to be Sergio Perez now, the car directly in front of us. Yeah, we are P7 then in this one. Can we mount an overtake though on Sergio Perez here? It's going to be Verstappen versus the Ferrari in front there. Verstappen is going to lose a place to the Ferrari in front. The Red Bull of Sergio Perez is going to lose a place then to us. So we're P6 in this race. Verstappen right in front of us, P5. So that means we are going to be fighting then for P4 from the end of this race here. Yeah, Bottas's overcut I think has worked well. Raikkonen all over the back though of Hamilton still. That'll be for P2. So that's a lovely little race that he's got going on there. We get past Sebastian, no we don't, we get past Max Verstappen and now we are on to Sebastian Vettel here. 2 laps to go, can we get past Sebastian Vettel? Can we make it a podium? No we can't, because we're going to be hit by Verstappen there. We've done well to save that. Oh my word, Max, that could have been both of us out of the race there. You do not want to get much closer to the barriers than that, well, not to the barriers, but to spinning out and almost hitting the barriers than that there. I think that's maybe ruined our chances of catching Vettel by the end of this one. I don't know. We were a lot closer there. That's lost us about a second almost, that spin. Well, that kind of half spin. But, yeah, you know, we're up the places here. And, yeah, looking forward then to the final 2 laps. Going to see if we can mount a challenge on Vettel there. I think he's going to be a bit too far ahead for us to get in his DRS. Yeah, he is 1.3 seconds there. Raikkonen though still having a hard tussle with the Mercedes. He is going all against Lewis Hamilton here. Maybe we could catch him by the end of the race. I highly doubt it though, just 2 laps to go. But yeah, I mean they're losing a lot of time tussling away. So if we could clear Vettel, we could be on the back here, but I don't think that will happen there. I don't think we'll clear Vettel either, because of that contact. But, yeah, Bottas leads, then Hamilton second, Raikkonen at P3, and then Vettel fourth, myself fifth, Verstappen sixth, Perez seventh. Then we got a McLaren, who I think is colour signs, eighth, and then ninth and 10th are the 2 Toro Rosso cars, which is quite nice. But, yeah, we're all over the back now of Sebastian Vettel going down this straight. Oh, wrong button. We'll just say full race update. As down the inside we go then on Sebastian Vettel. Barge him out of the way almost there. As Raikkonen and Hamilton. Oh, Perez with an issue there. Let's look at that. That's Raikkonen and Hamilton in front of us there. They've been side by side pretty much through this whole section here. They are tussling away for P2 then. We now start the final lap of this one. 2 seconds is the gap to Hamilton in front. Can we catch him by the end? I don't think we're going to be able to here. How I would dearly love a podium for our final race with Alfa Romeo. I just don't think it's going to happen there. Raikkonen, though, I think is pretty set and square on for one here. If he could keep battling Hamilton, though, this could help us out massively. This really could help us out big time. But yeah, I think the goal here is just to manage this one home there. Third and fourth, a solid result. You know, we had fourth and first in Italy. That was another great result there. But Raikkonen really seems to have come alive at this latter point of the season. Just as we're about to leave Alfa Romeo here, he's had 3 races on the trot here where he's scored some fantastic points for the team. And he's on for his 3rd podium here. Bottas, though, there's been no challenge for him today. That undercut working beautifully. I said, you know, the undercuts work well around the circuit. We are going to have DRS here on Kimi Raikkonen. So Raikkonen has DRS on Hamilton here. I don't think we're going to be able to challenge for a podium in this later stages here. But it will be Valtteri Bottas, though, who takes the win. As Raikkonen versus Hamilton now. Oh, one more lap, maybe. One more lap, and we could have possibly got a podium here. But, oh my word there. Getting a big old swapper on through the final few corners here. But it will round the final corner. Valtteri Bottas then will win the Russian Grand Prix. It's going to be 2nd place for Lewis Hamilton, 3rd place for Kimi Raikkonen, and 4th place for myself here in our final race for Alfa Romeo. What a recovery drive. We were backwards on the opening lap. We ended up coming home 4th place in that one. So, yeah, very, very pleased with that. Yeah, nice job. I think that was the best we could have done today. But yeah, Bottas wins, Hamilton 2nd, but Alfa Romeo 3 and 4 there. We scored points as well. Yeah, more points over Ferrari as well.
From my point of view, it'd have to be the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah, a nice race there. A very nice race, a nice clean Grand Prix. Yeah, kept it clean, kept it out of the wall.
Today, wasn't it?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say it was just a little bit of hard racing. I mean, these things are going to happen. You know, we're racing cars that we're so much faster than.
Well,
of course, there's going to be contact. There's going to be incidents. There's going to be all kinds of trouble. But yeah, good recovery though. Very, very good recovery. Bearing in mind, of course, we started that one last as well. It's not only that spin. We did start last, so you know, we were doubly right down the order then. We're going to see then what we can do with our contract with Williams. We're going to negotiate with a different team.
Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to
And,
a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
Let's see, what can I do here? We get a maximum contract. Look at that. Level 3 for everything. But that, guys, is going to be it then for our Alfa Romeo career mode for the Russian Grand Prix as well. That was episode 17. We're going to move on to episode 18 next time out in Japan, our first race with Williams. Hopefully, we get a decent result here. Not looking for points or anything, but, you know, just keeping it clean, keep out of trouble, unlike what we did in Russia today. But, yeah, guys, that is going to be it on this one. When we load back in, we're going to simulate the practice session, see if we get any points there. And our teammate is George Russell. So that is very nice indeed here. We desperately need a new engine. So, yeah, nice job today. Alex Albon is going to be taking over our seat at Alfa Romeo then. We'll get a full list of the drive moves probably in our email. Let's have a look. Yeah, so Kubica is now out of a seat. Unfortunate for him here. Do we have any? Oh, wow. We have a lot of aero upgrades we need to hang on to down at Williams. So, let's just make sure we get as many of these in as possible. Can we get any more? Yeah, we can get that one in. Okay, we're going to simulate then the practice sessions, and then we'll see what happens. But, yeah, good episode in Japan. Our Alfa Romeo career is now over, unless we move back there to a later date. I might decide to later on in the career mode, but for now, we're focusing on rebuilding the Williams Formula 1 team. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, but, yeah, guys. We're just going to get our last few points here. I think we're going to be able to, near enough, sweep up all of the upgrades. We're going to have probably one more we need to do. Yeah, we don't have enough of that one there, but I mean, that's great. That's great to see it. This is not a bad car at all. I mean, the engine's pretty shocking. Well, yeah, but still, though, it's, fifth best there. The chassis, okay, we're lacking a lot on chassis then, so we need to work on that. But, yeah, guys, that's been it then for this episode for the Japanese Grand Prix. We are now then with Williams. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. But for now, thanks for watching. Cheers.